Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. Today we've got a Samsung Galaxy A71, which is the successor to the last year's A70, which I've also reviewed on the channel. And as usual, we will start with the handset itself and the Samsung's own glass stick, which is plastic that looks like glass. Then we've got the 4 cameras on the back, we've got the power button, we've got the volume up, volume down, we've got a microphone, secondary microphone on the top, we've got the SIM tray on the right, and then on the bottom we've got a Type-C, headphone jack, and one single mono bottom firing speaker. Now when it comes to the SIM tray itself, it's a dual SIM plus memory card SIM tray, which means that you can use 2 SIM cards and memory cards without sacrificing one of the SIM cards themselves. Now, to be honest, the phone itself doesn't feel that much different to the the A70 released last year. You still get 6.7-inch display. The weight isn't that much different. To be honest, apart from obviously running on the Android 10 out of the box, which the A70 will get access to anyway, and a slightly faster processor, which is the Snapdragon 730 versus 675 from the last year, like I said, it doesn't feel like much of an improvement. You still get 128 gigabytes of internal storage, you still get 6 gigabytes of RAM. Even the battery is at 45 milliampere hour size, so again, and also supports the fast charging at 25 watts. So with the Samsung being Samsung, you do get access to standard advanced features, like for example lift to wake, double tap to wake. Well, not Samsung's exclusive features, but some of the stuff that Samsung actually pioneered. You've got a one-handed mode, which is very useful considering this is a 6.7-inch display. With the lock screen, we've got the always on display, which I will cover in a second more in depth. But apart from that, let's go back and let's have a look at the actual display settings themselves. So you can change the screen mode from vivid to neutral, adjust the saturation of the screen. Obviously we've got the blue light filter that removes the blue hue, makes the eyes feel less strained, not strange. We've got the full-blown dark mode. Now, as it is with Android devices and their own fragmentation, the dark mode doesn't really run across the whole system. So if I open Samsung browser, yes, it does support dark mode. But for example, with Chrome, you'd have to download the latest update and see if you can get Chrome to work in that dark mode, which to be honest took Google quite a while. So as you can see, even launching Google now doesn't go into dark mode. So it's not like with the iPhones that when you go into dark mode, everything actually goes into dark mode. You can obviously schedule it, which is what I usually do. So during the day I use normal mode, and then in the evenings I use dark mode to make it again easier on my eyes. We've got the access to the edge screen, which is like a shortcut panel to the sides, which doesn't actually require edge screen like it used to be the case with the S6, S7 Edge. And the other phones with the edge screen, you do get normal flat screen in here. However, you do get the access to the edge screen. And then going back to the always on display and the actual lock screen preferences, obviously you can change the clock to your liking. You can change it so that it displays the clock constantly, or only when you tap it, or only when you tap it and then it stays for 10 seconds. When we go to the sound, we've got Dolby Atmos, albeit it only works over headphones, and then we've got the equalizer as well, and you can adapt the sound as well. And then you've got the separate app, so you can, for example, play music on a speaker via Bluetooth and then listen to something else on your phone. When it comes to connectivity, standard features, NFC for Google Pay, Wi-Fi 5.0, Bluetooth 5.0, Wi-Fi 802.11, ABG and AC, dual band. So again, nothing new. As it comes with the Samsung own game launcher that allows us to take screenshots and even record some of the stuff. And also exclusive to Samsung, you can pair it with Discord as well. Obviously, there's nothing stopping you from downloading Discord app from the Google Play Store, but at least you've got it pre-installed and everything in one place with the Game Booster. When it comes to the Game Booster itself, you can choose if you prefer the performance or the battery life, and you can even set some shortcuts while you are playing. Doesn't make much difference when you use Game Booster, but it's there. And when it comes to the camera, we've got a pretty interesting setup. So we are going to we are going from 32 to 64 megapixels with an f-stop of 1.8 versus f-stop of 1.7 in the old A70 model. Then the second ultra-wide camera is 12 megapixels, f-stop 2.2. Then we've got a macro lens, which is 5 megapixels, f-stop 2.4. And then we've got the depth sensor, which is 5 megapixels. So the new camera in here is the macro lens, which is 5 megapixels with an f-stop of 2.4. And as usual, the samples will be at the very end of the video. The interesting thing is that obviously you can record in 4K, but you also get the super steady mode as well, which is a nice addition. I'll show you the difference at the very end of the video with the picture and video samples. It does make a difference. So that's that. As you can see, 4K still at 30 frames per second, which is interesting because Snapdragon 730 I believe can push 60 frames, probably with the use of open camera. So that's that. What have we got else in here? Obviously the live focus, which is like a portrait mode. We've got the moving pictures, we've got a beauty filter, and that's that. So yeah, let's have a listen to the actual speaker. I really cannot wait for that movie to come out. So in terms of the actual handset itself, pretty decent. Would I go with the A71 versus A70? Not really that sure. I did enjoy the phone itself. The battery life is brilliant, around 12 to 13 hours of watching videos, so decent that. Thanks for watching another episode of Quick Expert Reviews, and I'll speak to you soon, guys. Bye!